Lee, thanks for talking to us. You're out of the dressing room. Your assessment?
Nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near good enough. And I've stood here for a long time, and really, I back the players. I always back the players, but I stand here and try and sugarcoat over it a little bit sometimes. But I've asked the players tonight; they've got to have a good look at themselves. From what we've done from January to this point, it's been nowhere near good enough.
What do you think's happened?
If I could put my finger on it, I would have done a long time ago. Injuries haven't helped. The consistency in terms of what we're able to put on the pitch hasn't helped. Sometimes I've got it wrong with what we've done. You have to admit, you've got to be big enough to admit that, and that's what I'm asking the players to be able to do. Big enough to be able to admit that performance tonight was nowhere near good enough. Nowhere near.
There was a lot riding on it because you knew exactly what you wanted from it, so it's doubly disappointing, isn't it, to see you go under like you did?
Yeah, in 1-1 at half time was flattering to us. It could have been 2 or 3 to Cheltenham. It really could. I think we got 2 balls into the box the whole first half. One caused, I think we got a corner from it, and the other come out with the penalty. And then obviously Callum's nicked one at the end, which I'm pleased for him about, but we didn't test the goalkeeper or anything, did we? And look, and that's been a theme for the last few weeks, that we aren't creating anywhere near enough chances. Even with the players that we're able to select, we've got the injuries, we've still got 2 set forwards on the pitch there. We're not able to create anything for them really. But a really poor performance tonight.
Yeah, because even though you're quite right pointing out about the injuries that you've got, they're taking away selection options, you've still got a strong side out in terms of midfield players and a set of defenders, so you would never have seen that coming. I'm not trying
to make excuses before anybody says about the injuries and things. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'll take every bit of flack that's going to come my way, because it is. But the players also have to stand up to what's going on and react. We had about 10 minutes, didn't we, in the second half, where you thought, right, well, we might pinch one, but it was comfortable for Cheltenham, and they were fully deserved winners. They won all the duels. They stopped us playing, and we had no quality when we were going into the front players. Really poor performance, but I'm clear in my head in terms of what I've got to do. This is the most difficult spell I've been through, being crew manager. It is, even though, for 4 points off the playoffs and teams have got a game in hand of you, it's by far the most difficult period I've been through, but I'm really clear with what I need to do to make us move forward.
Back to the drawing board and on the training ground then?
No, it's not back to the drawing board. I'll be consistent with what we do with the players, and it's about them understanding that what we've done has got us into the position we are, and I've asked the players to come and speak to me if they're not willing to go on that ride and that journey with us, because I've got to see more effort than what I've seen out there. Not winning enough duels, players leaving the ball for each other, and that comes down to a little bit of confidence as well, and maybe the thought of not wanting to be the one making a mistake that leads to a goal. But what you've got to do as a professional, you've got to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Like I say, reiterate again, that was a really poor performance, really poor.
And you can understand where the frustrations come from the supporters.
Absolutely, I'd be frustrated. I'm frustrated. And it's not we've lost 6 games at home, and it's not sometimes the narrow defeats. They've been heavy defeats. So I totally understand the fans' frustration, and then on top of that, how we're playing doesn't help, does it? It doesn't get them off the edge of the seats. We're unable to make sessions of passes. The lads that make a couple of passes go backwards, and the crowd get frustrated with that. But I fully appreciate the fans' frustration. Like I say, I'll stand here, and I've done it for 18 months, and take all the criticism that's coming my way. But people have to also take some responsibility. We've got some senior pros out on that pitch, and we've got to, as a group, take accountability. But the players also need to, and I've made it clear to them, because I'm clear come next season what I've got to do.
Obviously, the defeat has made it harder for you, but you've 4 games to go, and you've got to go for it and got to be professional for the job. You never know where it takes you. Football's a very strange game, can change quickly.
Yeah, look, Grain, the talk of playoffs, I'm talking about pride now. I'm talking about what we look like, what we stand for, what we've built for so long, 18 months, 2 years, of how we've worked so hard to get it to this point. For it to look like that tonight, never mind the playoffs, it's got to look better than that. And there's got to be more heart and more pride to that performance. I had a lovely post sent to me, and it was signed from Crewe fans about how we've brought the community together, etc. Performing like that, it certainly isn't going to do it. That's going to break it quicker than it built it.